So, one day, I was planning my survival world, and then I came up with a thought. How many possible ways could I kill the Ender Dragon? And here we are now. So we start off with the boring way. And the boring way is, well, it's boring. It just consists of a sword, bow, and arrow. Very uncreative. So you shoot the end crystals and you punch the ones inside the cage, and then you shoot the Ender Dragon, and then when he perches, you stab him in the face. And then after you stab him in the face enough times, he dies. It's just that easy. And rather boring. But if you want to kill the Ender Dragon fast, then what about the one cycle? And if you didn't know what one cycling is, well basically, it's sleeping. Except, when you try to sleep in the nether or end, let's just say, well, it explodes. Yeah, not fun. And with this game mechanic, you could blow up the Ender Dragon. And it's very, very fast. All you need to do is place obsidian, wait for the Ender Dragon to perch, and blow it up. Very speedy. But I didn't just one cycle the dragon with beds. No, I used respawn anchors. Basically, respawn anchors are like beds, except for the nether. So if you die and you have one activated, then you respawn there. But when it comes to the end or overworld, yeah, it explodes. So yeah, I used these against the Ender Dragon, but let me just say, I somehow struggled to get used to the technique. It at least took me like 40 minutes to even just kill the Ender Dragon once. But it was worth it. So I set up the respawn anchors, similar to how I set up the beds for the one cycle. I wait for the dragon to perch, and then I'll blow it up. Easy. But I didn't just one cycle the dragon with beds and respawn anchors. No. You know those things that heal the dragon? Yeah, well I kind of blew him up with those. End crystals are deadly, especially to the Ender Dragon, who literally heals from them. And the best part is, you can one cycle with them. And you don't even need to set anything up, because you can literally place it on top of that bedrock. All you need to do is wait for the dragon to perch, and blow it up. What a blast that is. For the next one, I won't be the one doing the killing. No, I got a wither. Or a couple withers. Or maybe a couple hundred withers. Yeah, I summoned a bunch of withers. And let me just say, this was not only chaotic and laggy, it was very loud. If you see me with hearing aids in 3 years' time, you'd know why. And you know what the worst part is? It took half an hour. The things I do for content. Now, if you're one of those nerds that like pushing the game mechanics to its limits, you're gonna like this one. This is called the Dragon Death Trap, but I like to call it the Nerd Strat. And basically what it does is it traps the dragon in this weird perching motion, so you can just shoot it. It's very weird to talk about and describe, so I'm gonna leave a YouTube link in the description. But yeah, basically we want to build up really high, bridge across so we can place obsidian and 0-0, then place water on top, and wait for the dragon to start perching. Oh, and you'll want to avoid the fireballs. Yeah. But yep, once the dragon has reached the obsidian, you shoot it with arrows until it's dead, and then you eat cake. Oh yeah. Now for those of you who are extremely advanced and don't need the peasantry weapons, then why not go one-on-one bare knuckle boxing against the Ender Dragon? Yeah, I went ahead and did this and it took me a long time, but I won. Just note that you probably are going to need a few stacks of blocks, maybe a water bucket, it's up to you. And yeah, your sparring partner will be waiting in the end. Now to begin my quest of slaying the dragon with my bare fist, I would have to speed bridge across every single tower punching the end crystals, without of course getting blown up. But yes, speed bridging across until I eventually got rid of them all. And then from there I had to wait for the Ender Dragon to perch, and then I'd punch him in the face. It's pretty straightforward from there, until I eventually got the KO victory. Oh yeah. Now for those of you who want to punch the Ender Dragon, but don't particularly want to die, then why not punch him in creative mode? And yes, it turns out exactly how you'd think. Flying around, punching the crystals, then chasing after the Ender Dragon. Except for the fact that you can't really keep up with the dragon when you're flying. I even tried adding speed, but that doesn't even affect my flying speed. And let me just say, it once again took a long time. But yeah, I did eventually kill him in creative mode. So I came to the realization, if I'm in creative mode, why aren't I giving myself a sword? So I did that, and let me just say, it was a lot quicker than punching the Ender Dragon. But then I came to the realization, if I'm in creative mode, and I'm using a sword, why aren't I giving it sharpness 1000? Well, firstly, the highest level you could get for enchantments was 255, but not only that, you can't even one-hit the dragon. What a scam! So yeah, I managed to 3-hit the dragon. Woo. So for those people that not only want to kill the Ender Dragon, but blow up the entire End Island, I give you Operation End Go Boom. Or in other words, spawn a bunch of TNT, set it off, and blow up the end. Or in other words, blow up your PC as well. Yeah. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, then good job, because you're going to learn the #1 most efficient, reliable, out of this world, epic strat of how to kill the Ender Dragon. It is... yeah. /kill. Well, that's how you slay the Ender Dragon. If you had any more ideas in mind, let me know in the comments. Without further ado, goodbye.